Greetings everyone, Zannrath here. Welcome back to more Hearthstone. Another week, another Tavern Brawl. And this week, top 2. The Innkeeper is wondering which 2 cards work best together. Show him. Choose 2 cards, and we'll fill your deck with them. So, I kind of wanted to go back to the good old days of World of Warcraft. You know, vanilla, with Rogue. And, I was actually just watching World of Warcraft, this past week. Good times, huh? Never played Rogue in vanilla, but actually technically I did, but I wasn't good at it. It was my alt. Anyways, World of Warcraft, technically they should be Backstab Eviscerate, but since Backstab doesn't deal face damage, subbed in the Sinister Strike instead, which is an appropriate variant, if you went combat spec. So, yeah, basically, we're gonna go face, and hopefully it'll work out. I was also thinking about going with Mage. It was actually my first thought with Frostbolt Ice Lance, which is kind of more of a nod to, I guess, the Burning Crusade, which is when mages were mages were always pretty strong, I think, if I remember. I don't remember if they were that OP in vanilla, but they were, since Ice Lance came out, I think in Burning Crusade, they got really strong. So I'm gonna throw back Eviscerate, try to get some more Sinister Strikes as my combo activators. Or just get more Eviscerates. I wonder if this guy has the same idea. Oh, I go second, so I think that's good? I think that's good. Alright, so we'll just Sinister Strike off the bat. I think I'll Dagger next, or do I want to, maybe coin Sinister Strike Eviscerate the following turn? So he's got Bladed Cultists and Cold Blood. Alright. Alright. Let's see, how do I want to work this? How can I maximize the amount of damage I get out? I think I need to... So I have plenty of activators on the odd mana now. I could double Sinister Strike, next turn Sinister Strike Eviscerate, and then the following turn, I don't think I have enough. Let's see. If Sinister, next turn I go Sinister Eviscerate, and then I will draw a card. Let's go ahead Sinister. See how that works. So next I'll Sinister Evis, and then the following turn, hopefully I'll draw a Sinister Strike or something, or I can coin double Evis, I don't know. So we'll figure something out. So he's got second Cold Blood. I guess he only has Cold Bloods then in his hand. I might end up having to Eviscerate that. Yep, probably gonna Eviscerate that. And we'll go ahead and... Do I want to coin out? Nah, I'll hold it. He's almost out of cards right now. So if he has 2 Cold Bloods, I might just Eviscerate that. And he's still in a good spot, for sure. But, we'll see. Alright. He's out of cards now. If he draws dead on a bunch of, Cold Bloods, then we're going to be in a good spot. So, I'm going to go ahead and Sinister Strike and Eviscerate that. And I guess I can go ahead and coin. So hopefully I can draw into Eviscerate, and that'd be 8, 11, 12. So then I still need 2 cards. Right, so he probably drew into a Cold Blood. So basically, he needs to draw dead. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do this and that. We'll poke him. And... okay, that works too. So he had a pretty good strategy too. I think a charge min would have been better, right? Because you have, well, I don't know. Like, that was a 1 mana minion. You could have, like, a deck hand. No, that's not going to be... Yeah, let's go ahead and try the other one that I wanted to do. The other thing I thought of. Ice Lance. Let's go. Ice Lance and Frostbolt. Right. I think technically the mage combo was Nova into Ice Lance, right? Because I can't remember all the different patches just because there have been so many iterations of like freeze. Because like at some point there was like your Frostbolt has a chance to freeze your opponents, like root them in place. I think was that in conjunction with Burning Crusade? And then like I said, there was like a point where I think you could spec into, or maybe it wasn't even specking, maybe you didn't even have to spec into it, but you would just be able to, let's see, do I want to hold, let's hold it, that's fine. You would just be able to like freeze someone, like root them, and then like shatter them, but then, or like hit them, and then it wouldn't break. There's a chance that it wouldn't break, because later on, obviously that shatter mechanic got really strong. Basically, you're getting a guaranteed crit off frozen targets, and Frost Mages obviously ran a lot of freezing mechanics. Had their setup was around that, right? So I see what this guy's going for. So we'll go ahead and freeze that. But yeah, so you would have really strong freeze combos, especially because the point was, hopefully I draw some more. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and freeze that and ping it, just because I only have the one Frostbolt. I mean, I think I'm fine. I should be fine. If he plays another one, ooh, wait. Well, I have a bunch of Ice Lances, so I will be able to handle them, even though I'm not dealing face damage. I will be able to stall enough. Let's see what is his other card, I wonder. Rockbiter. That makes sense. That totally makes sense. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so freeze mages or frost mages, really strong, obviously. Let's go ahead and ping that, and I guess I'll go ahead and freeze that. Yeah. So obviously, really strong with their shatter combos, right? Because you could basically charge up or cast a. That's disappointing. Let's try one more time. You could basically, freeze someone, cast a Frostbolt, and then as soon as it fires off, you like cast your Ice Lance, which is insta-cast, in case you've never played World of Warcraft. So you basically get 2 hits, because they hit basically at the same time. You get 2 crits, guaranteed crits, and Ice Lance, remember, does it 3 times the damage when used against a frozen target. So you're getting like massive burst. Every, I think it was like 20, you can spec down to like, 15 or 18 seconds on your Frost Nova. Really good setup. It's not the same guy, I don't think. Right? I want to hold 1 Ice Lance, just in case he's running, similar, he coins out. Well, actually, no, I think it should be fine. I should have thrown out the other Ice Lance, try to get some more Frostbolts, I think. Frostbolts have a little bit more utility. If he's running a similar, deck as the other guy, right, with the Zap-O-Matics and the Rockbiters. So yeah, that got nerfed. So I don't remember exactly like what order, not what order, but like when certain shatter mechanics. Okay, so he's running some sort of. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and just ping that. So yeah, a lot of different shatter mechanics have come and gone. Different combinations of them have been around. So I don't remember which occurred when, but. Let's see. I wonder what this guy's draw. So basically, half his deck is just cycle. So what is the other half? What he's looking for? Like Rockbiters? Rockbiters for days? You just put like 10 Rockbiters up? That'd be pretty cool. Oh. That's kind of balls. Okay, so I get what he's going for. But I think all I need is 1 Frostbolt and then 7 Ice Lances, right? Because that's 28 damage, that's 31. So basically I can just stall long enough to get 9 mana. So he's going to double evolve now, maybe? Okay. Second evolve, perhaps? Yep. Okay. Okay. I guess I'll just do this. This might not be the right strategy, but we'll see how it goes. It probably isn't. I probably should, like, let him hit face a little bit and be pushing damage at his face. Putting damage into his face. Maybe is the more appropriate term. Ooh, okay. Might get rid of that. See if I can stall out long enough. So I'm out of frost bolts. That kind of sucks. Hope I can get a bunch of frost bolts now, because otherwise I'm going to be in a bad spot. 2 evolves here. Yep, there's 1. Oh, that's Brewmeister. Or whatever it's called. Panda. Is it a Brewmeister? I don't remember what it's called. Oh, balls. That's not good. Alright. Definitely should have been putting some damage into his face all that time, I think. Well, actually no, because he wouldn't have got these guys evolved to, like, big things, so... I don't know, maybe that was appropriate. I am still, let's see, 2 off. I need a Frostbolt and a, so I don't think this is gonna happen. I like seeing these, ooh, Illidan. He gets a thing, right? Yeah. I like seeing these, ooh. 1 more. That's mediocre, I think. Wow. Let's see. 5, 8, 16. So he has enough. I guess I'm kind of forced to do some of this. And at this point, I don't think I'm going to have the damage I need in order to do what I need to do. So that's too bad. Maybe I should have run, like, ice blocks and ice lances. That might be better. Yeah, ice lance, ice block, ice lance might be better. But this is a really, I like this though. This is a really clever one. I like his Dr. Boom. It's like, well, let's show him what we were going for, which I think he already kind of knew. I mean, obviously it's not enough, but almost. Good job, man. That was nice. Let's throw those in. Let's go Ice Lance, Ice Block. That might be kind of dinky. Let's try that. We'll try that, and then we'll call it. This one, I don't think I've played this many matches on camera. I was also thinking Arcane Intellects, but I didn't think that was going to be like super great. Let's see. We'll go with Ice Block. Or do we want Ice Barrier? No, we'll go with Ice Block. Let's see how this works. So basically, we just stall until we have, like, well, I guess 10 Ice Lances wouldn't be enough, right? Because you would just have... Well, no, actually it would be, right? 9, well, 8 Ice Lances on its own, damage-wise, so 9 would be enough. But my hand's gonna get clogged with... No, I think it's fine, because we can just Ice Lance as we need to, as we proceed, right? So we want to hold the 1 Ice Block. Actually, let's go toss all the ice blocks back. So we want a hand of ice lances. And then we'll get an ice block at some point. But, of course, we draw both of them. Or 2 more ice blocks back. The coin, somewhat helpful, I suppose. Not really. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Warlock. Curious what he's running for Warlock. Let's think. Ugh. Don't want more... Ice blocks. We need more ice lances.
The truth is in here.
Discarding cards and drawing cards. Not sure what that's for. Let's go ahead and just block here. Yeah, I'm curious what... So he's discarding and drawing cards. Is he going like this Infestor Jiraxis? Jiraxi? Jiraxis? Yep. So there is that. Okay. Alright. I guess let's start pushing some face damage. Kinda get our hand opened up a little bit. I mean, when every turn he pops us, we're gonna... Unless he run... No, he can't, right? Because then you have to run 15 Kazan Mystics, so it's like... What are you gonna do? I think this actually would be pretty good, right? Because basically you just stall so long. 15 ice blocks. And then you're basically guaranteed to draw into your ice lances. I mean, it is a really cheap way to play. It's definitely fun and interactive. Very skill-based too, mind you. But this is a clever one. I like this. This is pretty clever. Pretty clever. What ways would you be able to get around this? Curse of Reform? Maybe 15 Curse of... Oh, that'd be kind of fun. Oh, how would you play that? Someone needs to come up with a Curse of Reform list. That'd be pretty sick. Right? Oh, man. Curse of Reform. I mean, I don't think it would work, but that'd be kind of interesting, huh? Yeah, basically you have to kill the mage on their turn. Fatigue's not really gonna do it. Probably should have popped me at 1. I'm not really sure. I mean, it doesn't really matter because I have some more ice blocks in hand. I guess the only way this doesn't work is if you just happen to get a string of, like, just ice lances and you just get, like, rolled over. That's possible, right? Technically. Not likely, but technically it's possible.
The truth is in here.
So, I think we found the MVP of this brawl. Theoretically. Watch me somehow lose this, actually. Watch me somehow lose this. Maybe I shouldn't have just gone so gung-ho with my ice lances, because I mean, yeah, that's definitely the problem that I definitely messed this one up, actually, right? Because I shouldn't have used all those ice lances, because I'm basically losing 4 damage every time I have to trigger the freeze mechanic. So, I definitely messed that one up. I have to draw into ice blocks every turn now, I think. For another couple turns. Otherwise, I'm... Actually, no, I think I'm good. Doesn't matter what I draw into, because I have... Yeah, no, I definitely messed it up, because not until you're, like, getting close to filling your hand should you, like, ice lance, because... Like I said, every ice lance you have to use to start the freeze effect, obviously is 4 damage lost. So I almost messed that one up, but you at home probably won't. So good on you. But yeah, I think we found our MVP. There are some holes in the armor, obviously. Like I said, if you just happen to not draw into your ice blocks, if you almost messed it up like I did, you would probably... There are reasonable holes, gaps, if you will, in this deck's armor. But I think this is actually probably the way to go. Because you don't really need draw, in order to, like, stall, because you're either going to draw into damage, which you should hold off on until your hand gets full, or you're going to draw into stall. And unless they ran Kazan Mystic as one of their 2 cards, which, like, why would you? I guess unless the meta happens to turn into, well, can you even call... Do brawls even have metas? Yes, they do, technically, but they only last a week, so it doesn't really matter too much, right? So, I think this is the way to go. This is the way to go, in my opinion. But I'm actually really curious. Like I don't think we saw any repeat ideas, right? Because we saw the hunter. No, did we see a hunter? No. What was the first one we played? Crap. Rogue. Right? We saw the cold blood rogue, which may or may not have been optimizable better. I mean, cold blood is kind of hard because it depends on a minion sticking, and it's like dead if you don't have a minion. So that was kind of not the best, but I like the potential, I guess. Then we saw the evolved shaman, which is pretty cool. Basically, just draw. You have your novice engineers just draw, and the other is the evolve. That was pretty cool. And we lost that, right? We saw. What did we lose to with my Frostbolt Ice Lance? Man, I should be able to admit, this is only like 20 minutes ago, or this all happened in the last 20 minutes. Can't remember. That sucks because I should be able to remember. It was another shaman, right? Oh no, one of them was the Zap-O-Matic Rockbiter shaman. I think that was it. And then that's pretty good too. Rockbiter a little bit better than Cold Blood in that sense. You don't have the range, like it's not 2 or 4, so you have a little bit less stretch, but it is a little bit more consistent. 3 damage guaranteed instead of 2 versus 4. But it also doesn't depend on you having a minion on board. So the Zap-O-Matic Rockbiter are also pretty good, pretty novel, or pretty good idea, not necessarily novel. And then we had this discard Warlock Shaman. Obviously, some of these not super great, I would say, but pretty interesting. Yeah, and none of those. So 2 of them were actually 3. All 4 of them actually, I think, were wait, how many of these did I play? 3, 4? Were minion and spell based, right? So you had like the Cold Blood thingy that I can't remember what it's called, the the Whisper's God card, 1 mana, that thing. You had the Rockbiter, Zap-O-Matic, and you had the Librarian, I think it was, and Physidraxis, right? All of them were minion spell based, versus all the decks I played, all the variants at least, were spell based. And I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be some like minion based thing. Like what could you be like hyper aggressive with, like maybe mechs or something? Like you could probably run Hunter with steady shots, and you could probably run like maybe like a mech warper and like some other mech, and just like flood the board, obviously. Just get all the mech warper bonuses, and then you get the steady shot when you run out of cards in your hands. You're still doing damage. That's hard to deal with when your opponent only has 2 cards, unless they're running some sort of like board clear, which you probably wouldn't with just 2 cards. Let's see. Would you be able to do anything with like warrior? Like there are a lot of weapons. No, you wouldn't be able. Weapons wouldn't be good. You wouldn't have the time to play all those unless you have like War Axe and then Heroic Strike. You'd basically that might be I don't know. That might be okay. That's a lot of face. That might be okay. Paladin. Anything good with Paladin? I mean, obviously, you have a lot of blessing-based buff-based cards. So you can do something similar to like that, what that rogue was doing. You just need to hope that a minion sticks. You can probably run like Argent Squire or like mini bots and like Blessings of Might or Steel Champions or something like that. That might be okay. Try to Zerg people down. What else? Priest. I don't know. Priest. Does Priest have anything good for this brawl? Not sure about that. There's a lot more of a control. I don't know if you can have like an aggro Priest. Like what would you run? What aggressive cards do Priest have? I don't play Priest enough, so I don't know. I don't think they really have. I guess you could do it with, go with like Akanai Flash Heals potentially. I mean, you would technically need 7 cards in order to pull out that combo. 6 Flash Heals and an Akanai. I mean, how good are you at stalling? Not very, I don't think. So that probably wouldn't work out very well. What other class? Druid? You You could do that Charge Saber dude and Savage Roar. No, Living Roots and Savage Roar. Oh man, that might be fun. Living Roots and Savage Roar. Yeah. And then what else is there? Did I miss any classes? Probably missed some classes. Let's check. Druid, Hunter, Shaman, Rogue. We talked about these guys. Yeah, I think that's it. I think this is definitely, in my opinion, this is probably the MVP. Let's go ahead and just put it up there because it deserves its mention. So yeah, anyways, that's it for this week. And actually, you know what? Yeah, if you watch this, let me know what you think are two good card combos. This is I really like this. It's one of those like minimalistic kind of. I mean, these are all going to be like really fast games, right? Because I'm sure everyone is going to play some sort of like aggressive deck, and I guess this might be a little bit more the controlling combo-esque kind of deck. A little bit slower than some of the other things that I think people were going for. That Jiraxis one was also a little bit slower, I guess. But I mean, obviously, Zap-O-Matic with Rock Biters, you're trying to finish the person off really quickly. The Evolve one was actually, I really like that one. That was my favorite of the day, other than this Ice Lance Ice Block one. So yeah, let me know what you think, or what you guys did. That'd be pretty cool. I like the catalog, in a sense, what people chose as their two cards and how it all worked out. Anyways, again, like I said, that's it for this week. So until next time, thanks for watching.